Keep trekking. It's not just a channel, it's an adventure. Just a couple of Yorkshire lads from the God's own county who likes to get out into great outdoors. Trekking the paths and fells this ancient land has to offer us, from the beautiful trails of the Yorkshire Wolds Way to the great northern path of Adrian's Wall, to the great walks in Derbyshire of the Bonnie Prince Charlie Walk, to the Scottish Highlands of the Rob Roy Way and the great Pennine Way. So get your boots on and come with us. Let's go. Good morning, welcome to Keep Trekking, welcome back if there's been a four. Now today we're in a wee village called Cawthorne near Barnsley. More in the village later, but at the moment I'm outside Cawthorne Museum. It's not open at the moment. As you can see, it's a beautiful building. Victoria 1837 to 1837 to 1897, 1901 it says on this. It's not open at the moment, so maybe we go in there later, we'll see. But let's get down. We're going to cut off onto the fields in a minute and have a ramble around the outskirts of Cawthorne. Just looking for my public footpath. Like I said, we'll go up to the village later. That was close. Better cross over because the footpaths ran out on this side. Catch you in a minute.
Inside of me, in this desert I can look at you with love, seeing all that I can learn. Can you stay and I will grow.
That's a nice wee structure. Back of the church. Cawthorne, maybe more on that in a bit. Cawthorne Church. Part of this church dates back to the 13th century. I think the tower was built in the 15th century, like most of the towers was, because there were smaller towers than that before that, but there's been worship on this site that goes way back to the Domesday Book of 1086. It's a beautiful wee church, but it's not open. Let's carry on with the walk and see what else we can see. So as we leave the church, we're going on to Church Lane. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be going that way, down that ginnel, or straight on. Catch you in a minute. I'll come to the property in front of me. There's actually a snicket that runs at the side. We'll follow this for a bit. Got to say, what a beautiful, beautiful late winter's day this is. Plenty of blue skies, bit of cloud, but it's really warm for the time of year. So let's leave Cawthorne itself. I shall be coming across the very busy A635 Barnsley Road in a second. This is the main road from Barnsley to Penistone. I have done this trek before, did it with Phil a few years ago. I just thought I'd revisit it. Quite enjoyed this one, to be honest. I can't quite remember if I did it for YouTube or I did it for Facebook, but I thought I'd revisit it anyway. Like I said, the very busy A635. That way it takes you to Manchester via Penistone, and obviously that way it takes you straight into Barnsley, Tarnit-Sen. And so backpack again, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find a shop or something I can get a wee drink later. But sometimes it's nice to revisit trails you've done already, especially ones you liked. If memory serves me rightly, this one's got quite a few things on the trail. I can't quite remember, but I'm sure it has. But it's always nice to revisit sometimes until the weather picks up better. I mean, it's a beautiful day today, don't get me wrong. But you've got to get out on days like this. Yeah, I remember when I did this trail with Phil, we sat on this wee bench and had a scran. I think we did it the opposite way around actually, but we looked at this amazing view over towards Cannon Hall Park. That's Cannon Hall, let me zoom in for you. That's Cannon Hall there. It's an amazing parkland. That thing seems to pop up on the videos regularly. Wherever you go, you can't miss it. That's Emily Moor Mast. So pan round. That's heading towards Penistone Way. You can see the windmills at Roydmoor Wind Farm. It truly is a lovely place, this. There's a pan back round it towards Cannon Hall Park. It's a lovely place to visit if you've never been. It is good. Let's carry on with this trek.
Seeing eyes of mine. Love, love, love. I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, but I'll try until
That farmstead there is called Hill House Farm. Right at the top of the hill. We're heading down to this far corner. It's nice, but it's, tell you what, it's certainly boggy, but hey ho, we're not bothered. Do you remember last time I did this? It was a gorgeous, I think it was a late spring, early summer day, and the ground was beautiful. It was hard, it was nice, not sinky, not boggy. But hey, that's what you get for trekking in winter time, even though it's a beautiful day. It's like spring today. Bit of a wind, but go on with that. This whole area is called Upper Norcroft that we're coming to, and I think there's something of interest just down here. As you may or may not know, Barnsley's famous for two things. I think I've said it before in a video. One's coal, one's glass. But obviously the mines, the pits, Barnsley's most famous for its coal mining. And in 1821 there was a disaster here in Norcroft, at Norcroft Pit. Tragic day. There's a board in front of me. I'm going to let you look at it and read it. But right where these fields are is where the old mine used to be. I think the main shaft was further down this road. But I'll let you have a look at the notice board, the information board. You can read a bit more about it yourself. Right, so we've got the notification board, and I'll read it for you as well. On the morning of the 23rd of May 1821, 10 men and boys being raised from the Flatlands Pit, Upper Norcroft, died after a chain broke and they plunged around 120 feet down the shaft. Just one man survived, a Thomas Fox. The pit was being worked by Samuel Thorpe, who rented Banks Hall and the Banks estate from the Spencer Stanhope family at Cannon Hall. So, That's the Samuel Thorpe guy, coal master. Transportation of corbs of coal underground, and that's interpretation of the how they went down in baskets and the chain broke. Wow. That's Banks Hall, and that's All Saints Church that we've been to, and that's what the traditional dress of the coal miners used to dress in. This is a map. So where here, the Flatlands pit was just in front of us, so it's round about where that field is that's been ploughed, just over there. The Norcroft pit and engine room is down, zoom in for you, just past where them houses are, down there. I don't know. And the Banks Colliery site is up there, and that is actually Banks Hall. Zoom in. Just up there. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. Yeah. Another tragic disaster in a pit in Barnsley. There you go. Barnsley Metropolitan Borough. Let's move on and see what else we can see. Yeah, so this is Norcroft Lane, just leaving the placard of the disaster, heading down actually towards the disaster site, to be fair. I don't know if there's anything else down here, but if there is, I'll bring you back. Some beautiful cottages here at Norcroft. It's only an hamlet, it's not a great deal here, a few properties, but it really is beautiful. That's Norcroft House, that one. Yeah, it really is stunning. So we get to the junction of Norcroft Lane, it says there, and this is Silkston Lane. So I'm going to travel down Silkston Lane for about 200 or 300 yards, and then I cut off back into the fields. Let's let this car go. So somewhere around here, I'm wondering if it's in that bit of woods there, where the actual shaft was. There was nothing else in Norcroft to tell me. We're coming around to another little bit of an hamlet in a second. That farm there is Lower Norcroft Farm. What we're going on now is Adam Lane. Well, it would have been. We're going to cut off across this stile and across this field, down into the beck at bottom. This is going to be probably muddy again, but never mind. Yeah, it is a bit muddy, a bit slippy, but we'll be alright. I keep hearing planes. Sorry, I'm sucking a locket. A bit of sore throat, but never mind. I'll be right. I'll live. Keep hearing me planes, but I can't get a shot of them. Too much cloud cover up there. They must be hiding in clouds, skipping. But I had a few spots of rain not so long back. I thought, hey, well, here we go. Stopped and sun's come back out, so all good. It is a bit slippy and muddy on here, but never mind. They only falls once, don't they? Unless you fill. If you fill, you'll fall about 10 times in one trek. Trust me. That guy does know how to fall on a chuffing piece of grass, that kid. Phil, if you're watching, I bet you're laughing, aren't you? I've come out to that field and this is called North Lane. More like a track really than a lane. But hey, oh, bottom of here comes onto the wagon way, which runs through Silkston. So I'll trek on that for a wee bit. But we'll get to the bottom of here first. So we get to the end of here. I'm not going to carry on down North Lane. We've cut off down here, which will bring me onto the old wagon way. So this is the old track bed for the wagon way. I've done a video on this before. If you want to check it back, go back and check it out. I did it with my dad. We walked all the way from Silkston right up to the end. But the trackway was built in 1809, so they could transport coal from the local pits round here to the canal basin at Barnby Bridge. So it ran from Moor End at Dove Valley, the start of it, and ran all the way, like I said, to the canal basin, so they could transport the coal onto the canal, which were built in 1800. To wherever it were going for its destination for coal. So yes, we're going to walk on here for a wee bit. I've just noticed something now, because it's had a lot of rain. It's uncovered a bit of the old track bed. I'm going to show you a bit of the old sleepers that used to hold the track for this wee trail, wagon way. I'll show you it now. As you can see, these were the sleepers that used to hold the tracks, and as you can see on them, that's where the track was connected. And obviously that runs under there. It's all been stoned over and whatever, but you can see as I'm walking on them now, a couple of it more prominent, but you can see where the old rail used to run, look. You see that? The groove. And that went all the way on, right to the canal basin. Because the Barnsley Canal was opened in 1800 and this was built in 1809, so it's a lot easier to transport coal this way than it would have been by rail, and probably a lot cheaper. We're going to walk on here for a bit and then see which way the trail takes me. It's a beautiful wee river. That's Silkston Beck that runs at the side of the wagon way. Beautiful. I love the sound of running water. Well, that runs all the way, possibly to the basin as well. That's really nice. Quite clear as well, as you can expect. So as we come to the end of this section, it's a beautiful house, isn't it? The wagon way continues on there. Now when we and Phil came, we went that way, across that bridge there. It's not exactly the same trail as what we did. We're heading up this way, back up towards Cawthorne. But this is now called North Lane as well, so I should imagine the track out on earlier will join it and then continue running up. Well, this is called Barnby Furnace, so I presume at that one point that was a foundry. Connor Cottage, Barnby Furnace. So imagine that would possibly have been a foundry at some point. Yeah, so that North Lane, I would have come up there at that corner, and then obviously this is continuation. I don't remember being around here once before, and this was absolutely one big bog fest, as you can imagine. And it's a pile through it, good for cyclists though. Now then, I don't think I'm going down that way, I think I'm following it round this way. Maybe a bit of a better path. Oh, aye. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? But the views from here, stunning. Let's have a look in beginning of Barnsley town, that. And then as you can see, I don't know if you can see the busy road. That's the M1. The M1 motorway. That's Barnby Green Farm. It actually spans both sides of the very busy Lanehead Road that should be crossing shortly. Once I get to the bottom of here. Right, Lanehead Road, and we're crossing straight across, and that's the other side. We zoom in. That's the other side of Barnby Green Farm. Let's just get across this busy road before I get skittled. And we're heading up there. You've got to love a good track. So today's trek, it's a nice easy steady stroll, just over 4 mile. There's no ups downs really to go on. It's pretty much flattish. We are going down a bit now, but not to shout about. So if you fancy a nice wander out on a morning or an evening or afternoon, this is a nice one to do. Start at Cawthorne village and then just follow it round. It's pretty simple. I'll try and put the map on screen at the end of the video. So this is probably the steepest bit we've got. Even that's not that steep, but it would be better doing this possibly when the weather's a bit better. This section's not too bad, but the bit I've been on this down here, it's a bit more muddy. So maybe when the weather picks up a wee bit will be better for you. But it's really a nice trail. It's worth doing. Just going to pass over the stone bridge in a minute. Very busy this today. A very busy road. It's a nice wee stone bridge. It passes a river. I do love a good river run. It's a nice old bridge by the looks of it. Maybe not as old as it looks, but there we go. We're going to be turning to our left in a second, where that car is. Yeah, the river we've just crossed over was Cawthorne Dyke, so it was just a continuation of the dike that we saw earlier. So now we're on this this nice path, this nice track, heading back up towards Cawthorne. Still having problems with this microphone, but how nice are them woods, how gorgeous are them. I thought we were going to be trekking through them, but it's took me down bottom side. Just tried to rain a wee bit. As my nana used to say, it's that rain that wets you, that drizzle that you get wet and you don't realise how wet you are until you're soaked. But it's stopped at the moment. We're into a campsite called Cinder Hill, just up here. It's probably a caravan and camping site, so who knows. But we're going straight through front of it. I can see Cawthorne Church from here, so I'm on my way, literally heading back towards Cawthorne. It's been a lovely trek round this. Not back yet. Probably got about another mile by the looks of it. Maybe. But it's been nice. You can see Cawthorne Church that we went to earlier. The zoom out. You can see how far I've really got to go. Not that far. But down this boggy track, side of this fence, I must go. Whoops! Thank beep for that. That's nice to find. Love the sound of that. Making me want to wee though. That's Cinder Hill Farm. I believe the caravan site is on their land at the front. Wow. Look at the supports holding that wee bridge up. That's a drive that leads up to Cinder Hill Farm. I'd like to think I was driving my car over that every day. That bridge. It's definitely seen better days, that. The land of the campsite then. See the water pipe there. That'd be actually handy for when you're going trekking and all on a hot day. Nice hole, Cinder Hill. We're going through now this direction to where the main camp is, I think. And most of the caravans and that will be parked up in summertime. I don't know if they do tents here. Well, I should imagine they will do, unless it's just for caravans. See how big this field is. You know, I'm thinking it may be just for tents this, you know, because I've not seen any electric hookups. If anybody knows out about this place, drop us a comment in comments below please. Is it just for camping? Because there's no electric hookups anywhere. I know the main part of the camp's through there, but I didn't even see any electric hookups there either. I can hear planes but I can't get one. Not my day, I'm afraid, for that. Oh well, let's move on. It looks like I'm going to be following a part of the Barnsley Boundary Walk as we head across this lovely scruffy bridge, muddy bridge. Oh dear. Dear me. We get to the end of that boggy fest. We continue up another boggy fest. We're not far back now to Cawthorne itself. There's a beck again. Well, part of it, the beck actually runs under the bridge, which is just there, and it runs that way. But this is like a stream that runs into the beck, which is there. That's the main beck, and then it runs underneath. Like I said, we're not a million miles back, like I said. Negotiate this lot. I'm glad I've got some other shoes to change into to drive bike. I don't fancy getting in my car and driving with my boots looking like that. How nice is that? This is Tanyard Beck, the little river that runs into Cawthorne Beck that I was just saying a bit further down. But this is beautiful, I love that. Beautiful wee bridge over this weir. That's splendid. Wow, that looks nice. Gorgeous property. So we're back into the village of Cawthorne. Very nice. Just got a couple of stores, a few wee shops, not much. But I have done a video on Cawthorne before. If you want to go back and check that one out, that'd be much appreciated. Whew, that was a steep climb. So I'm going to leave the video here. So thank you very much for watching. J-Art, keep trekking. Till next time, trek on. Ta-da! Wow, if only. Fantastic. See you again.